If you follow me on Instagram, you know I love vintage bags. You also know that I recently purchased a Chanel Diana bag in the medium size. I'm loving this bag. All right, so in this video, we're gonna talk about the Chanel Diana bag, the different sizes, maybe pricing, what it fits. Buckle in, let's get started. This is the Chanel Diana bag. I've also heard it being referred to as the Chanel Diana Flap. This is a vintage bag that was produced from the 1980s to the 1990s. Chanel did do a reissue in 2015, but it was not as popular as the vintage version. It had another name. Everybody started calling it the Diana bag because Princess Diana liked to carry it on public outings. It's a gorgeous vintage bag. So this version is in lambskin with 24 karat gold hardware. It has a super long chain. It is a single flap. A lot of people love this bag because the chain is actually attached here to the structure of the bag rather than in the flap on other bags. Single flaps tend to have a little bit more creasing up top, and I think people feel like having that connection point and be here helps with the structure. This is a 3 series bag, so that means it was produced between 1991 to 1994. So this bag is over 25 years old. This bag is vintage lambskin, so it is super soft. The only issue with this bag is that there is, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but there is definitely a slight discoloration in this bag. I think whoever owned it initially did not keep it out of the sun. The Diana bag comes in 2 sizes. This is the medium, there's also a small. Easiest way to tell if you're looking at a smaller or medium in pictures is to count the diamonds along the top. So mine is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 diamonds is a medium, 4 is a small. If you're in the market for this bag, it's really gonna be hard to try on unless you go to a place like The RealReal. In comparison to other Chanel bags that are more readily available, the medium is very similar to a medium classic flap. I've been told that the small Dianas fall somewhere in between a rectangular mini and a small classic flap. If you like that sizing, then a small might be better for you. I'm not a fan of rectangular minis or small classic flaps, so I knew that small wasn't gonna work for me. And then trying it on at The RealReal kind of solidified my love for it. I love vintage minis, which also have a long drop like this. I have a logo half flap in the maxi size, which I think is gorgeous. It's a big bag, and I don't always want to carry it. In terms of sizing, I'm 5'6", I wear a 4'6". I have a small frame, but I have curves, right? So I feel like this works with my body. The small, I feel like works with people who are a little bit more petite. I was told that the small size is more popular, so it's gonna be easier for me to get another medium. I'm excited about that. The main reason I got this bag was I needed an evening bag. I have the logo half flat, but it is just huge. If I'm trying to be cute at night, it's a big bag to carry. Sometimes you want something dainty and pretty. This bag fits that bill. This bag is super roomy. It actually fits a lot more than you would expect. So I have sunglasses, key fob, wallet, and a phone. All of those things fit in and it's not jam-packed. I'm envisioning this bag as more of an evening bag, a small bag that I can wear at nighttime for things that are a little bit more dressy. This bag is gorgeous. Although this bag is very similar to the medium classic flap, this bag is gonna fit more than the medium classic flap that you could buy in the store because this is a single flap and the medium classic flaps in the store are now double flaps. So they have the envelope, the extra compartment of the double flap. It really just decreases the capacity. I love a double flap because they retain their structure better, but in terms of just roominess, this bag will fit more. I love this bag. Let's talk about price. So Alyssa Lenore made a video around October 2019 where she said she paid $2,000 for this bag. The prices aren't low like that anymore. So this bag I got for around $4,100, which I've seen it anywhere from like $3,500 to even $7,000. And that's all depending on the condition. $4,000, I thought I got a deal, but then when I saw the condition of the bag, I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to find a bag that's about $4,500 to almost $5,000 to get a bag in better condition than this. I was super excited about this bag, but with this bag, I learned the #1 mistake of buying vintage is looking at the pictures and read the description. It's winter in Chicago right now, and so usually it's an overcast day, but the day it came, I was so lucky. It was a super sunny. I put this bag in the sun, and the fading on the exterior was so evident. I am actually in the market for another bag that doesn't have this fading. I purchased this from a store that I purchased another vintage bag from. The discoloration is just too much. You might not notice it on the bag, but I'm gonna put up pictures of the bag in the sun and you will see that the bag is just faded. My friend initially asked me was the bag maybe naturally a brown bag, and I thought that was the case until I actually opened up the actual flap. This upper flap and this lower part of the bag have no fading at all. Whoever owned this bag prior probably just kept it on a shelf and it got more sun than what it should have. Maybe they lived somewhere where it's super sunny. Like I grew up in Arizona. Maybe the person lived in Arizona and always took it out, but it's the front, the back, even the straps have a little bit of fading, which is really surprising. The inside of the bag though has no fading, which lets me know that it was just not stored correctly. So if you're a vintage lover, this is a reminder, make sure your bags are stored out of direct sunlight. But because the discoloration is so bad, I'm not going to keep this one. I'm definitely getting myself a Diana. I'm hooked on this bag. I didn't really love this bag when I first saw it. I had heard about this bag like last year, and I went to the Real Real in LA earlier this year, and I was able to handle one and try on a medium, and I just fell in love with it. It's a little bit different from your regular classic flap. It's a single flap, and I have another vintage single flaps that I was in love with. I love yellow gold, and so the yellow gold on this bag, in addition to the sizing and the softness, those things won me over. Most people who are buying vintage bags want caviar, but I will say the feel of lambskin is luxurious. This bag definitely has some discoloration issues, but the lambskin is petal soft. I don't know if it's been treated. Whatever treatment they did to it didn't ruin the softness of this bag. I like the fact that you can tell it's a Chanel bag, but it's unique. I definitely understand why Princess Diana was obsessed and was carrying them all the time, because it's a good sized bag for you to carry when you want to be a little bit dressed up. This bag dresses up pretty much anything. It's super versatile. In addition to it being a vintage bag, and I love vintage bags with 24 karat gold hardware, you can definitely tell it's a Chanel bag, but it's different than the regular classic flap. I see myself wearing this bag more for evening when I want to be a little bit sexier, but I can definitely see myself carrying this during the day if I'm a little bit more dressed up. If I have a meeting or something, or if I'm wearing a nice dress with heels, this bag fits the bill. I'm going to be doing a video about my updated Chanel top 10 / wish list, and this bag is definitely a new addition, and I feel like the majority of the people on YouTube have a small, so I wanted to make a video about the medium for those people who are curious. I have not taken this bag out anywhere. I've tried it on. I'll definitely do another review video after I've actually had one that I've been able to wear and actually style with pieces. But for now, I'm just happy that I was able to see one in person. Because a vintage bag like this is no longer in the store, it's almost next to impossible to get your hands on one. This bag lived up to the hype. This particular bag had issues, but the Diana itself, 10 out of 10. Love the bag, love the style. Make sure you get one in good condition, no structural wear, no discoloration. So that was my initial review of the Chanel Diana Flap. Let me know in the comments if you're loving this bag or if you have any additional questions. If you're looking for additional bag content, I'm going to list my Chanel top 10 video here. All right, see you next time. Bye.